with that, bro. Signing off. I can sort of guess.
Shown in the Yorkshire Canary cage, apart from Spanish long canaries. Not going to talk too much about them because I don't know much about the Lageret, although I keep them. And the Rhinelander can also be shown in the Yorkshire Canary cage as of 2 years ago, I think. This one is a variegated buff hen cock. Variegated buff cock. Last year's bird. It has a closed ring on it. Very good. Personally, I think it isn't a bad thing that all birds are going to be closed rung in the future, because they will be, because that's how DEFRA will want them. If they're closed rung, you can show them at the World Show. If they're not closed rung, you can't show them at the World Show. World Show next year is in Spain. The year after it's in Turkey. I don't think that will go ahead personally, but we will see. This other one is...
Are you wanted out there quickly?
I'm wanted in Turkey. I just think it'll be too difficult to get the birds to Turkey. Who's going to... I wouldn't send my birds to Turkey.
They're probably missing when they're there anyway.
Well, enough went missing this year in wherever it was. This is a variegated yellow cock as well, I think. Hen. Well, I can't tell, you wrap them. You tell if they're boys that way. I think he's got a nicer tail. That's what we're going with. So the variegated buff, these are border canaries. The original Fife Canary, because the Fife Canary was bred down from border canary, not the other way around. Originated from Scotland, that now can be found everywhere. However, there's not all that many people keeping borders now. More people keep Fifes than borders. Although this area is not too bad for border canaries. If you go sort of Somerset, there's not many people keeping border canaries at all anymore. There's a higher price tag on border canaries than there are Fifes, so that's probably why there's more interest in Fifes than borders. So three birds there, variegated yellow, variegated buff, or heavy variegated buff, that one's the middle one, variegated yellow. Outside, two young birds and an older bird, one from 2018 and two from 2019. I believe they should have a ping pong ball head on a tennis ball body, unless they've changed the standard that much. They don't have that anymore.
No.
I wish people would give me harder classes. They're all pretty good. They change the standard so often, or one person depicts the standard so often that one minute they like smaller borders, next minute they like bigger borders. They shouldn't have a split in the chest. The one in the middle does have a slight split in the chest. Got good wing carriage, good tail carriage, which that one does. That one does. That one does. I'm going to go for this one first. The older one second, and the buff third. First of all, I think this is a dominant pied cinnamon grey.
Yeah,
And this one is a cinnamon light green.
it is indeed.
Both copies. Thank you. Dominant pipe because there's more colour on it, and recessive pipe would have less colour on it, is that correct? All exhibition budgies should have a big blow on the top of the head and good depth of mask, good stance. Very rare to see exhibition budgies actually on the perch, so I think full credit to the owner as they're both sat on the perch and you can actually see them. Most times when you go to judge budgies are on the floor. I know you spend hours trying to get them up on the perch. They're both pretty good, there's not a lot between them. I'd imagine they're probably being bred with it at the moment, or the owner of them may be breeding from his Budgerigars at the moment. I would think that this cinnamon light green is better than the dominant pipe. It's got a better blow, better mass. What it was, now, I'm pretty sure it's a hybrid. It's neither a long-tailed grassfinch nor a hex. It could be a hybrid between the two. It was very unusual. Certainly on the continent they absolutely love hybrids, and when I was at Butler bird sale recently, they had loads of hybrids for sale. Diamond firetail hybrids, and obviously the majority of them are infertile hybrids. Although the Bengalese finch was a fertile hybrid originally, so there could be more fertile hybrids out there. And who am I to say that there aren't? Here's a nice bird. Well, we'll go for the bottom ones, then we'll do the top ones. So, thank you for putting this one in. I think this is or you can buzz in and tell me when I'm terribly wrong. It's a black-hooded siskin, but not the red black-hooded siskin. It's just a black-hooded siskin.
Yellow.
Yellow black-hooded siskin.
From Italy.
From Italy. It has a continental ring on it. It's Italian. It's not. It's a 3-year-old bird. It's not recently come in from in the continental.
That's another fertile hybrid, isn't it, Dr. Green? The red canary.
Yeah, the red canary is a fertile, an F1 hybrid from the red canary. Well, from a canary and a siskin, red-hooded siskin. That's a green singing finch cockbird from Africa, Mozambique, I think they're from. Only because I recently saw somebody's post from Holland from a bird dealer and it said Mozambique grass finch or something like that, so I imagine they are from Mozambique. Now a ridiculous price per bird, never used to be. They used to be really cheap, used to find them cheap or almost to like giveaway price. Now they're about 120 a pair, something like that, I don't. So they stopped the import of birds from Asia in 2005, 2006, something like Africa and Asia and America. So all the birds that you used to be able to get for a $5 each, cut a pound each, are now like ridiculous price each. Africans occasionally come about, whether legally or illegally. They slip through the back door. I mean, these guys are they breed quite well. And the siskin is obviously a close-run bird. These guys breed pretty well. And all the rest of them are Australian, so Java sparrows and mutation anyway. So, and he's really steady, so he's definitely not a wild caught bird. It used to be really, really difficult to tell because they were just coming in their thousands. If this was full of pin-tailed widers, which I have seen a couple of widers about recently, widers are parasitic nesters, so they're like cuckoos, so they'll lay their eggs in other birds' nests. So you need a certain type of, I think it's firefinches or waxbills to rear these widers, so you know that these widers are not captive bred, sadly. But it's not for me to accuse anybody of not captive breeding. So that's a green singing finch cock. This is a fawn bacino, or black rump finch, I think they're called, something like that. Owl finch, or two-barred finch. It doesn't have very thick bars, so I would say it was a hen, but I'm not probably the best person in the world to sex a bacino. And this guy's a grey hex grass finch, which will make my job really, really difficult. One, because it's really steady, and two, because Doesn't seem to have many feathers out of place, if any. And then so that's an Australian grass finch, but it's a mutation Australian grass finch. It's a grey where they should be. The original colour would be more like that sort of colour, not quite as dark as this beast. But I'd be really interested to see if you've managed to breed from it. It's a nice sweet wee thing, isn't it? He's got a few feathers out on his chin, so that makes my life a little bit easier. Otherwise, he's in really good feather condition as well. And then this guy is a mass grass finch, they're all Australian finches. And again, neither of them are as good as him. We're trying to work out what mutation these are. They've got red eyes and they're cream colour, so I would say they're creamino, though I'm not overly genned up on Jarvis Sparrow mutations. I know there's silvers and creams, and there's black-headed Jarvis Sparrows, which I really, really like. That's not bad for the march to see this year's babies, though, so that's something really good. But out of all these eight birds, the hex beats all of them. So this one is a black-headed sugarbird from South America. Not doing well.
Where?
Oh, somewhere. The problem with these birds is they're always absolutely feather perfect. I'm trying to find anything. Wrong with them is never easy. Oh, there's a little bottle of whiskey there just for me. That's lovely. And this guy
Surprise.
is a sunbird. I'm going to try and remember which sunbird it is. And I will ask what it is later on. And again from South America.
No.
Not South America. Oh, is it an Asian?
No, African.
African.
Splendid.
Splendid something. But his tail isn't one feather on the lower part of his tail, which isn't as flat as the rest of them. Only because it's probably just jumped on a wire.
They're guide feathers. They're meant for display.
But he isn't as good, in my opinion, as the black-headed. The black-headed is...
Yeah.
Don't film that bit, don't So...
I'll cut that.
Cut that. Of the two canaries, the Yorkshire wins over the border. I do like the border too. The Budgie, sadly, does have a few pin feathers in
It
its
does,
head.
indeed.
So then, I'm just going to move the Budgerigar and the ball canary away a minute. You see that? Third best in shows the Yorkie. They've both been drugged. They're not moving. So there's one feather out on his bib, but now I'm being very connected because the sunbird doesn't have any feathers out. Sugarbird. So the Sugarbird wins, the Hex is second, Yorkie third,
That's perfect.
Border fourth of all of them. But they're both fantastic birds.